back into Bronze League Legends for a Mongol Abbasid matchup. Wow, I really like the villager split. I'm a little bit surprised because these elos are pretty low, actually. So Altun on the Mongols is 374 elo. Pretty deep down there. Il Padrino on the other side is 367. We have a very balanced game here. And playing as the Abbasids, that's something I just feel like we do not see. And people are already kind of like making wagers. Yeah, Mongols, they got this. They got it. It's in the bag. It's so in the bag, it's like sticking 6 cats in and hurling them off a bridge. Don't do that, folks. I'm not so convinced. Unless it's a tower rush, I think that this map can be a little bit awkward up against the Abbasids. But like, I'm starting to assess this as if we're playing like high level elo. Remember, folks, these guys, as I said, 400 elo, they are very much embedded deep in Bronze Society. They are very much embedded deep in Bronze Society. Oh my god, this might be the first time I've seen a guy this early on queuing up extra villagers without a job. But it's fine, because when you stack them together, like, it allows you to be a more efficient manager of your empire, right? Doing them one by one, that's very tedious. Looking at this one, though, for a start, near the Uvu, I wonder if Altun is going to try for some aggro. Because we've only seen a little bit of Mongols so far, and I gotta say, like, Mongol players, most of them don't go spearmen. Most of them actually go horsemen, which is a very dangerous choice, I think, against the Abbasids, considering they're most likely going to go to spears, right? But let's get the 2x speed. I just realized I didn't do that. Let's see how it goes. This is kind of nicely orderly, though, like compared to some of the games we've had. I'm really impressed with Padrino's opening, where he's just got the mining camp, the mill, and the lumber camp. Mill could have been even closer. This is a bit of a funky mill. It's almost like he was trying to get the min-max here, but he didn't put it on the corner. But the rest of it is good. He even stopped off on a straggler tree. It's a bit funny that he went for 30 wood there and then moved out, but he needed that to get all the production mills down and then go into House of Wisdom. Very early House of Wisdom, by the way. He hasn't quite got the gold yet, so he could have probably just gathered the gold a little bit faster, prepped Wheelbarrow, and came back for this. But overall, I'm actually really impressed. I think this might be one of this might be the cleanest start I've seen out of an Abbasid player so far under 400 elo. And into the eco wing, so we might just be getting like a very stable kind of build up. And big shout out to my boy Cal. I see you coming through. Big hype up like the pigeon in the picture. Hope you had a good stream, my friend. Cal, if you are not familiar with him, you should check out his stream. He is a high-level player, consistently in the top 100, top 50 on the leaderboards. But as we know, up there, they all just do the same thing. There's not enough innovation, so Calp has clearly come here to learn from Bronze League Legends. And he's already taking notes. You know, most players would have sent these spears across one by one, but if you do that, there's a risk that they get sniped out. Together, ape strong. Alone, sheep strong. Damn. Like, that is not done anytime soon. He just gives up and goes home. So Altun has now built 8 spears, and none of them have headed towards the Abbasid base. Because as we know, if you show that you have spears and your opponent scouts it, he has to react as if you're going to do some of those spears. So then you just don't do anything, and then your limited micro you're willing to commit to the game doesn't have to be wasted on spears, but your opponent's does on the counter. It's a genius move. That's going to change now for Altun. He's moving out. In fact, is he going... Yeah, he's going around the back. But he didn't bring a villager, so this is not an outpost rush. I mean, we're 6.5 minutes in the game. I don't know if you can really call it an outpost rush anymore. In fairness, because we're doing this on 2x speed, it kind of seems like an outpost rush. Everyone's looking at this right now going, wow, this game's going really fast. How have we already got 10 spears? If he times this right with maneuver arrow, he could actually pinch like 5 villagers in this area. Ah, yes, of course, the free range sheep, as they always must exist. I love how often we get this. The tech up has occurred on the other side. So Altun now getting into the pastures. So this guy, yeah, he's played a decent amount of Mongols. I think we said he's a Mongol spammer, so he understands the basics. Spears are going to move in. He waited for the hardened upgrade before he done this. He keeps the rest in reserve just in case, guys. Just in case. He could have killed 5 villagers. But it's better to give Padrino false hope. And Padrino, he's looked at this, he went, man, that's a tough one. He has spears. What is better than spears? Spears on horseback. Done it. Easy clap. Easiest solution imaginable in the world. Because, you know, my spirit's longer. We can clearly see that. And I'm not saying size is everything, but it matters here. And it's not just a man with a spear. It's a horse as well. There's no way that this is not the counter, says Padrino. So he continues to mass horse. Altun, meanwhile, continues to spam spearmen up the wazoo. It's the only military unit he's building still. But don't worry, folks. Padrino has a secret plan up his sleeves. He's a secret trader. He did not go for the trade wing. He went eco wing. He did not go under the stone. He did not get Fertile Crescent. If you're waiting for me to tell you why he went eco wing, I'm still looking for the reason. But he has a plan, damn it. And it might be a good one. And there's the plan. Catch the spearmen while they've got torches out. What a genius. It's only cost him them all. So spearmen are going to get rid of the marketplace. They'll get paid to do so. There are 14 spearmen here right now. Padrino has no intent of going for a second TC. Altun is already getting ready for the tech up. Castle Age is about to be on the way. Padrino does have fresh foodstuffs. So he has fresh foodstuffs, 1 TC, no Fertile Crescent. He is now getting the archery range. Okay, so this is good. So Padrino, he learns from his mistakes. Unlike my parents, after they had me, they chose to have another child. Okay, that was me. He says, horsemen not quite good against spears. Don't know why. Seems like spears are OP. Very sharp sticks. We just need to not be in range of those sharp sticks. So he goes for archers. Solid solution if Altun was going to stay in feudal age. Now you'll never know if he's going to stay in feudal age. Because he did just send a scout in as if it was a horseman. And it done nothing. Altun now has what he needs for that tech up. If it's step readout, we're good. If it's Kurultai, we're living in Dreamland. If he uses the Kurultai on the offensive, I'll be very impressed. If nothing else, I understand the temptation. You have this Khan. As we know, if the Khan dies, it's GG. I'm sure Kurultai has been into... I'm sure Altun has been into many of Twitch chat and seen that type, so he understands you cannot lose the Khan. And you want your Khan to be healthy, so you can heal him up with this. But also, it's important that the Khan has a home. The Mongols might be willing to sleep on the streets, but the king should not. So he goes to the Kurultai. Meanwhile, we have a proxy archery range now, right next to the base. Because as I would expect, after I reach Castle Age, I definitely want to be producing archers. And rams. Just the standard Mongol player, really. And you'll be able to get through this marketplace again. Poor little Padrino was hoping to finally reboom that trade. And I'm pretty sure it's going to die in its infancy again. He is still not gone onto stone at all. He has 2,000 gold and not enough food. And he's forced to take a fight. Spearman Clash. He throws everything at the spears. I think he's going to lose the entire army, actually. Oh my god. Well, Padrino is stopped. He looks at this and goes, wait a second. I thought that... I'm pretty sure the archers were meant to count the spears. What do I build now? If he builds spears, my smile's going to increase. But for now, he seems perplexed. He says, well, okay, you know what? The archers suck. They did nothing. We'll just go back to horsemen. He queues up even more horsemen. Altun, in the meantime, has discovered that blacksmiths are good things. Has not gone for the undermesh, though. He is, however, building into the siege. He went for siege engineering improved. Good eyes. You are indeed right. The reason why this ram is at half HP is because half that fight, Padrino was attacking the ram. Hence why the spears look broken. Many would be forgiven for thinking that those were veteran spearmen and that's why they won. These are still feudal age spearmen. Ram is finally gone, though. And finally, Padrino can maybe realize the power of the spears. Or the archers, rather. But it might be too late. There's simply just not enough archers here. Treb is going to be targeted. One horseman and a dream. One horseman and a dream. What a legend! One horseman for a Treb. That's a value trade. The rest of it, not so much. But I think Padrino's going to play that moment out like I do when I do something good in the game. We ignore the 95% that was bad from me. We focus on the 5% that were good. That's what clipping highlights is for. Padrino at least has a trade going. This pressure is getting a little bit unbearable. He's still not built a second TC. He's still not... Oh, wait, okay, he got Fertile Crescent, but he's still not getting any value out of it, really. On top of that, Padrino now has 3.4k gold. And you would think that Padrino would spend that gold. But Padrino grew up in a responsible home where they taught him the value of investing. So, Padrino, because he probably was a trust fund kid, and they always just lived off of interest, he thinks that if you bank the gold, it will pay for your lifestyle further down the line. Sadly, Age of Empires 4 does not have such a system. But at least Padrino has repelled. Not looking like much of a horde for the moment. Baltoon could fix that by adding in some more production buildings. He's not going to, because you expect too much. He could have 3 or 4 Raxes producing 15 units. But that, to me, sounds like someone slacking. Like, that genuinely, like, if someone was... Like, if I had 4 or 5 Raxes to build that many units, I feel like I would have overemployed for the job. And Altoon feels the same way. So this one Rax has the lofty task of producing 15 units. This will take a while. Padrino, meanwhile, built all these buildings. And is now only using 1. But he is teching up. The rise of the Abbasid Empire is upon us. After harsh oppression, he's catching up. And look at the resource bank, by the way. It's wholly realistic that Padrino hits Imperial Age before Altoon. And folks, I think we are hitting Imperial Age in this game. There doesn't really seem to be many signs of this game ending in Castle Age, considering that Altoon has fully reset to his base. Considering that Padrino needs to rebuild his own base. Or retake control of it, at least. Oh, wait, does he... He doesn't waypoint... Okay, he fixed it now. Has he been doing that the whole time? Well, he rebuilt the marketplace, right? So he probably just forgot. So you did get military wing. This is a really good point in the game for the Abbasids. You've now got the... boot camp, which gives that 50% increase in health. You can also get into composite bows, so you can even circle back to archers as part of your composition. I don't mind the idea of like archer horsemen for Abbasids if they have farms set up. Padrino hasn't really set up farms though. And by hasn't really, I mean he doesn't have a single farm in the game. He does have a lot of spearmen that just got donated a generous Maganel. They will get cleaned up. Still a good exchange for Altoon. But Padrino got more out of that than he should have. Padrino is also, by the way, now going into the mosque, so it looks like Yellow is planning to pick up the relics. Because as we've already seen, you know, Yellow doesn't have enough gold. All of his people are colored like golden nuggets. So the only thing he cares about in this game is more of that. Compound interest, folks. Look it up. Because it's compounded here. Culture Wing's on the way. He is going to crack him first, as we talked about. Altoon, on the other hand, nowhere near ready. He spent all the gold building another Maganel, building into more infrastructure to push siege and whatnot out of. And also the upgrades. So Military Academy is coming. By the way, I've said this before, I 100% believe that this is true. If you are bronze rank, I'm not going to expect you to build like 10 racks or arch ranges to scale that way. So the most efficient thing you can get to help your production is Military Academy. There is nothing better. Because the reality is you're probably going to, like, even if you bought 10 Raxes, you're probably not going to use them. So it's better to get Military Academy and improve the efficiency of your independent few that you will. I think that will actually win you like 60 to 70% of your games. Tech ups come out. Altoon is now playing from behind. They could just try to go for the tech up themselves. Has got some way to go though before that's a possibility. Instead, they're going to try to push it. And this could be a good move. Boot camp only just came through for Yellow. And interesting enough, Yellow now... Dude, I love this. He's getting Preservation and Knowledge before he starts getting the elite upgrades. This is a really smart play. It's something that even people like Gold and Plat rank don't usually do. If they were to go full culture in this round way round at least. To march in, Padrino on a coffee break right now. It's fine. By the time he gets back, he might have one barista left. Oh man, he's so exposed as well. Yellow's army. Okay, they finally got the call to action. They were watching the last episode of Frasier, but now they're ready to fight. Spin flash in. That's a lot of cavalry being thrown away. Mangonel's on the side tickling away at this. Small little Imam on the backside just trying to help. But I do believe that's a win for Altun. Wipes the army. Leaves the head patters until last. And folks, this is where things get a little bit grim. There's siege behind this. If Altun keeps pushes going after, he could easily siege in. But notice that right now, Altun is so distracted by this fight, he's not building additional military units. He's got to target that one archer, that one camel. Padrino, not exactly the biggest rebuild himself either. A few knights, a few men-at-arms. It's so weird to watch the way this is playing out now. Wait, did he send villagers as well? I'm really not sure why. That must have been a misclick. So Altun just throws away some villagers that he can't afford to give up. The final men-at-arms is going to be taken out. Padrino is going to be able to rebuild up here. And the Ford keep... I've got a feeling that Altun's going to get distracted. See, what we're seeing out of Padrino here is advanced deception tactics. How many of you, and press ones in chat if you would have dropped a keep on the south side here to protect your economy? How many of you would have done that? Be honest. We would have dropped a castle where your eco is exposed and put some walls up here. You would have done it. Amateur, rookie play. Most people make that mistake. Not Padrino. Padrino places the castle on the west side of the base. So now Altun runs in and he goes, why is there a castle there? What are you hiding? He's going to now try to take out that keep. Meanwhile, Padrino has no pressure on his economy. They live in open fields. And Padrino, he's a believer in the kind of feng shui of things. If he walled this area in, his people would feel oppressed. He doesn't want them to feel oppressed. Due to fresh foodstuffs, he already doesn't feed them enough. He doesn't need them to think they're in a prison as well. What a remarkable leader Padrino is. And you are seeing that correctly. Why do these guys do the things that I want pros to do, huh? I'll tell you why. Because we are 33 minutes into the game, and neither of them are in triple-digit pop. So actually, a warlord player at this stage of the game wins the game. Unfortunately for Padrino, most of Altun's army is not convertible. Most of it is a siege. Padrino, interesting enough, very paranoid here. Altun continuing to just mass archers at this stage of the game. By the way, it's been a while, and you would be forgiven for not realizing it. But if you'd like to look at the top of your screen, I just want you to know that that is not the Mongol symbol for 4. Altun is still only in Castle Age. And he's had all the opportunities in the world to go up. But they've both been paranoid, because something that you've got to appreciate about Highview is it makes you paranoid. Look at their vision. It's very contained. They don't really know what's happening anywhere. None of them really set up an outpost network to get that info. So that paranoia has kind of kept them at home. But no longer. Notice that Altun is so paranoid about the stealth forest, he walks around them. And he's going to get stabbed in the side because of it. Charge in, Wallow, the double Wallow! Oh my god, he's going to get the whole army, Altun! He loses everything but the siege! Padrino! Showing you exactly why the relics should not be in temples. They should be worshipped and marveled in battle. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a blood relic. Altun did not even react. Reaction speed of a goldfish there. He was fully taken back. He was flashbanged by the shininess of the gold on these units and on these relics. Nothing to say, nothing to do, nothing to move. Altun is reset. Padrino, now the closest he's ever been to full population. And surely, confidence levels surging. Moves forward. Altun has still got the Kurul's on the defensive. This could still save him. Mangonel is going to get more attention than it wants, though. Instead, he doesn't go for the Mangonel. He lets it exist. He hasn't recharged yet. 20 seconds till the conversion. It shouldn't matter, though. The army's going to be gone by then. Altsoon now down to 50 military. Look at the numbers for Padrino. Yellow is just going to surge through. It's a celebration, Wall. They wave their hands in the air like they just don't care. And Altsoon, I don't think he cares about this game anymore. Like, there's literally nothing left for him. Army reduced to nothing. Resources reduced to nothing. The only positive for him is that half of Padrino's army are Castle Age units. That, however, is really a negative because the half that are Castle Age units were Altsoon's army in the first place. Oh, man. And Padrino, wait, where would we go and come back? Padrino? You haven't killed him yet. And that'll teach him. Let it be known that nobody shall ever mess with Il Padrino. 4,448th of his name. Huzzah. Instead, he returns home to heal the whole army with medical centers. And no way is Green waiting around for the second wave. Wow.